how's it going, everybody? I know it's been a minute since I posted a video on this bike build, Yamaha Virago Café racing build. I've been working on another bike which I picked up, and I'll probably post that video after I post this one. I'm nearing completion of this build, which is great. I have very minimal things to do, just a couple odds and ends, which I'll probably do in my last video after this one. So today's goal is to paint the frame and put the seat on so I can finally have it pretty much looking finished. Like I said, there's a couple odds and ends. I need to basically hook up the RPM signal wire. I haven't done that yet, and I need to permanently fix the rear taillight and brake lights to the subframe. And I think that's honestly it. And just tidy up the wires and it's pretty much done. It is winter right now, so this is why I want to get the coat of paint on the frame just before it starts getting way too cold in here. It's not too bad today, so I'm hoping that I won't have any issues with painting it. I'm just using spray paint like I said before I was going to do, and then I'll slap on a thick coat of clear once the paint cures. I won't film the actual spraying because I just got a new lens for the camera, and I don't want to get overspray on it, so I'll film a little bit of the prep work or whatnot, paint, and then come back to that. So let's go ahead and get started on this. So I'm going to attempt to paint the frame where it's all chipped there. That was when I first got the bike. I was just testing it out, the color scheme. And then I'm going to paint the subframe as well. And that way I can finally hide all these wires and get to it. So I'll set up the camera, I'll mask off everything I don't want painted. I'm still pretty impressed on how the engine actually looks. It looks pretty good in my opinion. So the bike's all taped up. I'm gonna go ahead and start painting, but like I said, I'm gonna not film this because I don't want any overspray on the lens of my camera. It is cold today. I'm gonna head to the garage and show you guys the final product of the clear coat on the black that I painted the frame and the rest of the bike with. It's almost been 2 weeks now. It's been so cold, it literally took like maybe 11 days for the paint to cure before I could put the clear on. The last couple days have been extremely cold, so the clear is probably not completely cured, but at least you'll get the finished product and you'll get an idea of what it looks like. So before I actually head in the garage, I bought a propane heater, so I will turn that on and heat it up because it's freezing in there. Actually, I'll show you guys how cold it is. So today, right now, it's -8 Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. It's freezing. So the garage is not necessarily insulated, so it's just as cold in there as it is outside. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the heater and I'll be right back. So we've got the little propane heater set up. I've never actually used one of this and it's kind of sketchy looking, but I'm sure it's fine. It is giving off quite a bit of heat already though, so that's good. It's actually pretty quiet. I was expecting it to be pretty loud for some reason, but I guess there's no fans, so it's quiet. So the clear is on. I don't know if you can see, it's not really reflecting that well in the picture, but you can see it's very glossy now. It looks pretty good in my opinion. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take off the tape and the masking stuff and then get to it. Funny, it takes so long to put the masking on, but then it takes literally 2 seconds to take it all off. I'll go ahead and reassemble it so you can fully get an idea of what it looks like. It doesn't look that bad though. It looks nice and clean so far. I took off the rear sets on both sides just so I don't paint them, so I'll mount those back in real quick. And then I'll go ahead and get the seat on. hide all the wires, and then that should be about it for this build. The seat is on. It's been painted. Now, I gotta tighten it down. There's a bit of a gap still, so there's a lot of threading that needs to happen here. I can still tighten all this down to close it up. Not really sure what to do with this. And then I still need to fix this, but because it's so cold, these are frozen, like they're not pliable at all. So I'm gonna put the little bracket on here that I was gonna plan on doing, and then just stick it onto there with 3M probably in the spring. Sorry, it's already got the 3M on the back, so I'll stick it on in the springtime when it's warmer. I need to get the adapter for the air filter here. And then I built this little ugly bracket for the speed sensor. I don't like the way it looks, so it's just temporary until I can figure out how to set it and make it work. And then ultimately, like, this shit here just needs to be tucked in or cleaned up. I gotta put like black tape around it to make it look better. It's not fitting inside the bucket. It's already got too much stuff in there. And then really I just have to tidy up these wires. This is all good. I think the battery's probably dead. Oh, no, it's still on. So that's okay, it kind of works for now. Oh, I still need to hook up the RPM signal, but I will wait till spring only because I have to start the bike and I don't necessarily want to do it in here with the garage closed, and if I open it, it'll be way too cold in here. So I'm thinking I'm going to probably have to tap into the lines going into the coils to get the signal. It seems pretty straightforward. But ultimately, this is the bike. It's pretty much done. So this is going to probably be the last video I do for a long time now until springtime. I'm pretty happy with how it looks, and the stance looks pretty badass. The rear stand is still on. I'm going to keep it on there for now just to keep the tires elevated. Even though I'm going to replace the tires, I'd rather just not have a flat spot on the back wheel for now. And then I'll have to put a piece of foam under the front tire as well. But I think overall I'm pretty happy with how this looks. It was a long time coming, and it took a lot longer than I ever anticipated taking to build this, but it was a learning experience, and it's the first build I've ever done. I'm really liking the color combination between the black and the silver on the engine. The gold is pretty sharp as well, and it's going to look a lot nicer once all the wires are tidied up in there. And then it's actually sitting on the floor properly, so it'll look normal. For the meantime, oh, I still need to work on this kickstand. I think it's not exactly at the right angle that I want it to be on. So when the bike is sitting, it's not like tilted far enough. It's almost too straight. I don't know how much more I can use this kickstand because of the spring setup that's on it. So what I'm finding is that this piece here is actually touching the ground. So I think I might actually have to buy an adjustable kickstand off eBay and hope that that works. And then yeah, ultimately I'm pretty happy with this. I'll put on the stock air filter for now, the way I did have it, just to keep stuff from going in the hole. I hope you guys enjoyed that build series. Like I said, it was the first time I ever built anything. I learned a lot from it. Like I said, I'll do a final video come spring when I can actually properly show it off and get behind and around the bike and stuff like that. But for now, it'll be the last video for a long time until the spring, and it's December right now, so I don't know, it probably gets decent weather around like April or May when we can actually go and ride again. I'm not one of those crazy people who ride in the winter time. It's just too nuts. and way too cold. I hate that. But in the meantime, I did pick up another project, and I'll be on my next video. I don't want to say it's a project because it's almost complete, but it's a pretty cool bike, but it does have some issues. Hopefully I can work through them this winter and get that thing started. So I'll be posting that video very soon. I'm also going to do a video on how much it cost to build this whole thing. I'm going to go through every single receipt that I can find that I kept. I was pretty diligent with trying to keep all the receipts. I'm sure there's a couple that have slipped, but I'm actually curious to know how much this actually cost, because I tried to do it all on a budget, but you know, $5 here, $10 here, all that stuff starts adding up, and I have a feeling it's probably going to be a lot more than I'm thinking. I'm thinking this probably cost me around $2,000 maybe. I was hoping to try to keep it around 1,500, but I think it's probably going to be a lot more than what I'm already thinking. So that video will come at some point soon, maybe after the holidays. It's pretty busy right now. Everybody's busy. It's just the holiday season. So again, thanks for supporting, and thanks for liking the videos and watching, and I hope you guys subscribe and stay tuned for more videos to come. I'll catch you guys next time.